Hi guys. In chapter 15, we're going to explore water management, the exciting water, what water does for us, and how we can make best use of it. So, out of all the content I listed here, of course, we are going to talk the problem first, and then we are going to talk about hydrologic cycle and our influences, kinds of water use, water contamination. And in all the content, my highlight, my highlights for the learning outcome would be in the hydrological cycle, the groundwater part. I think that's the part most people need to gain more knowledge on. And domestic water use. What's the status of the contamination problem and how we preserve water, how we go green. That is one of my focuses. I want you to understand general purposes of multiple steps of wastewater treatment and why we should preserve wetlands, because this is an area with a lot of marshes and swamps. Go back 2,500 years ago, we have this famous Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. Actually, my name is derived from his essays, his most famous poetry. Peng means big, big bird. That's an imaginary bird, can fly long distance. And that was a very romantic article. For time's sake, I cannot share more details, but most Chinese people love that essay. So here, my point, why I mention this philosophy with water together, because I love his idea. I highlight in the green font, 上善若水. 上 means up, 善 means kindness, goodness, greatness. 若 means like, 水. So that means if you want to be a very good person with a lot of good virtues, you look at the water, what water does for us, what are the properties of the water. And Confucius, a lot of people all over the world know this very famous Chinese philosopher, probably a little bit younger than Lao Tzu. And he studied a lot of water's properties. He observed water and he shared his thoughts with his students. This is one picture. He lead all the students. All these are his students. The teacher lead the students to observe the water, which is interesting. And this is his essay, means Confucius discussion on water. So what did he say? Of course, this is not all the content he wrote in that article, but I can share several with you. I love those. 夫水大便于诸生而无为也，四德 means water is universal, supporting all lives without preference, selfless. Wow. Water never ends. Loveliness in shallow, deep, immeasurable wisdom. 其光光乎不绝尽 means it's endless, so it keeps flowing every day, all the time. If we look at the third line here, 若有觉行之，其负百仞之谷，不惧四涌. It means water is very determined. Once it goes, it goes. Water jumps into valley without fear. That is it's a very good example of courage. So water jump into the high cliff. sometimes 1,000 feet, right? Without any fear. And then what happens? Waterfall, right? Splendid. What a beautiful view. So if you take courage, you're brave to do something, you don't think too much and just go ahead and do it, and it turned out to be a splendid picture. 主量必平似法. Water has an even surface. That means when water is not disturbed, it's very even, it's fair. It means justice. 绰约微达似察. Cha means observation, very detailed observation. So water seeps through everything. It is very meticulous. It observes everything. It goes deep everywhere, right? Go to the depth. 其万者也壁东似至. It means it curves 10,000 curves, but it goes to the east. It's like our goals, our determination. Water can wend thousands of curves, but it always goes to east. Determination. I like other virtues also. Water is humble. It always goes to the lower place. It is pure, yet it cultivates thousands of forms of lives. It's strong, yet gentle. In Chinese culture, we say men are like fire and the women are like water. I think I understand more about the virtues of water after I become a mother. Mother definitely sometimes are like water, comforting us, calm us, and selfless. So what is the unique properties of water? Try to find my cursor, but it's okay. So to summarize, water makes life possible. Think how big it is. I would close my eyes and think what water does for us. It'd rather be dirty than cleanness, right? It regenerates. It's endlessly flowing and calming us and providing for us. Water is remarkable because of its physical properties. Its polar molecules, one side slightly positive and the other side slightly negative. I drew this on the blackboard in the beginning of the semester. Molecules tend to stick together because of this attraction of positivity and negativity, and they're stable. Water is stable. Think about as humans. If we're not stable, how can we provide stability for others, right? So water is very stable. They also can separate other molecules from each other. They can dissolve a lot of chemicals and matters. And it stores heat. Interesting. We take a bath, we take a shower, we feel cooler. Right? When we boil it the water separates. It's a lot of heat. So we go to the steam room in the gym and it releases the heat. Sometimes it takes the heat away, sometimes it releases the heat. It's just amazing. So again, the people living close to water, they enjoy the calming nature of the water. And also the climate close to the beach, right? I don't know if you ever live on Galveston or some of the beach area. It's mild, even though the air is different because of the water. So water is fabulous, fantastic. How much water we can use out of this planet. If we look at the biggest pie here, right? Most of the water is in the ocean. And only 2.5% of all the water in the planet we can access.